Okay, so what are your thoughts on today's session?
So I like the session. I guess I just want to preface this, saying this is our very first podcast that we're going to launch Digital Pathfinders with. I'm super excited to be working with you, and I'm super excited about the all the information that we're going to be sharing with everybody. I think that there's a wealth of information we both have. We have similar backgrounds, but definitely different expertise when it comes to the technical aspects of things. Think that there's a ton of people out there, and please chime in on this, that might feel stuck. In that 9 to 5 might not be happy, might not be earning what they want to be earning. And I think this what this podcast is all about is helping people break away from that 9 to 5, start working with this new way of working that is online, kind of like digital nomads, or maybe you do a combination of the 9 to 5 and the digital work. And I think that with what we bring both to the table, I think that we can help people do that. So Antonio, what do you think?
Well, this is, as you've mentioned, our fourth challenge together. Actually, our fifth if we count the Nas Star Producer Challenge, but
Oh, right,
putting
right,
that one
right.
aside for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
moment. For me, it's really nice to see Franzi and Kai again. They were instructors in the CAP program. Kai was the cohort lead, and Franzi came on to talk about, I think, editing and some other modules as well. So it's been really nice to see their growth, right? And to your most recent comment about kind of having different income streams and making money in different ways. That's how they do it as well. She said she's a full-time YouTube creator, but then of course she's got this little side hustle, if you will, with Nas as an instructor. Similar with Kai, he's a content creator. He does corporate videos, he does editing, he does a lot of different things, his own reviews. He's got a very active YouTube channel as well. So I think that's really our goal with this particular podcast is to sort of peel back the layers, what it means to make money online. There's so many different ways to do it, not just with content, but whether it's selling courses, whether it's through coaching, there's just so many ways to do it. And I'd like to get to that point where we can bring on particular guests, interview them so they can showcase their knowledge and share with our audience and kind of cross pollinate, have some synergies with their audience as well. So definitely looking forward to getting this podcast off of the ground.
Nice, nice. And I want to backtrack a little bit for the people out there watching this. So, what's Nas, right? Nas is this guy that started 2016, I think it was, making 1 minute videos. His first bunch of videos were horrible, not very entertaining, not very cohesive. And what ended up happening by the end of this challenge, where he did 1,000 videos every single day, he had what, like 70 million followers? I was one of them. One of his videos actually changed my life. He did a video on University of the People. It's this online university, fully accredited here in California, that has a no tuition structure. And because of that, I was able to pursue an MBA. So he changed my life that way, right? And so what we're doing right now is we're doing challenges. So they used to be 30-day challenges. Now they're 21-day challenges. Antonia and I met in June doing the 1,000 follower challenge. It's a challenge that over the course of 30 days, we were taught how to gain followers. Then we did LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the most under, I think a lot of people just write it off as a social media, even altogether. But we learned a lot there. Then we did the AI challenge, and then we did a 10-day challenge where they were looking to hire some people. And then right now, today, we just started the YouTube challenge. Antonio, he was the very first Creator Accelerator Program student at the Nas Academy. And in the challenges, he has been knocking it out of the park. He won the producer challenge. So it looks like he's going to be starting to work for the Nas company. And he also won the AI challenge. So, Antonio, tell us a little bit about the CAP program and your experience with the whole Nas company.
Yeah, thank you, Danny, for that introduction. So let me just back up as well a little bit. So, I'm a guy mid 40s that leaving behind a corporate career, that decision was sort of made for me, but I was already in the mindset of wanting to move out of the corporate space. So literally from a timing perspective, it was almost a blessing in disguise. I watched this very kind of famous reel to me at this point of watching Nasir explain what the content industry was like and how the growth was off of the charts and was talking about the Creator Accelerator program. I was like, let me sign up real quick. I signed up, I paid. And as Danny mentioned, I was actually contacted by Nasir Yassin, the founder of Nas Company, Nas Daily, as supposedly the very first person he reached out to. They kind of divided up all of the applicants and they were literally on the phone calling different people to see if there would be interest in signing up and participating in this program. I don't remember the exact price, but it was definitely not cheap. But this was a 5 to 6 month intensive program. So I decided to make the plunge. Like 2 days later, I got laid off. And so I'm very happy the payment I made was before I got the layoff notification, because that way I was just full fledged into this. The timing worked out perfectly right on when AI came on board. And towards the end of that program, one of the instructors, Upton Saidi, he said, "Hey, Antonio, have you ever considered doing UGC content?" I was like, "What is UGC?" That's user generated content, where you make content for brands that has an organic look and feel. For his agency, did that for 6 months. And that was really the exposure of how to monetize. One of the ways to make money online is by being a UGC creator. And ever since then, I've been doing UGC. And so now, really into year 2 of this, no longer a sabbatical, basically like a freelancer, a solopreneur, a creatorpreneur. And then recently, as Danny mentioned, in June, we started doing these 30-minute sprints, these challenges in which you do a challenge per day, depending on the particular challenge, whether it's creating viral content, whether it's focusing on LinkedIn, looking at AI and all the different tools out there, and now YouTube. And so really looking forward to just showcasing and sharing our stories, because we're doing this. We're basically, as my brother likes to say, we're building the airplane as we're flying it. So we're not the experts on every single element, but have been in the game long enough where we can show what we've done, where we found some success, and hopefully can interact and engage with all of you.
Nice. Oh, hot take. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're somebody that just wants to grow your brand and don't have any budget whatsoever, um, follow us, watch these YouTube videos. I think that you are going to get a tremendous amount of value out of it. And this whole thing that we're doing is absolutely free to get started. So on all our short content, on all our hot takes that we put all over social media, in the comments, we're going to go ahead and put our link to the long form video. So hit that, follow us on YouTube, and join us on this journey.
Absolutely. There's a lot of value that you can find out there, but I think our message is really geared towards those people that are beginners, that are newbies, that have never ever picked up an iPhone or a cell phone to record content. We really want to kind of remove the cloak of what it means to be a content creator, because it's not as complicated as one would think, especially now with all the tools out there, many of which are free. For example, CapCut as a key editing tool that you can use right on your phone. All you have to do is literally turn the phone on, hit record, take it right into the editing app and publish. Now, it does sound simple, and a lot of people have fear of being on camera. We can certainly discuss those as well. So follow along on this journey, and you're going to see that anybody like yourself can create content too.
And I think there's a misconception out there about content creators, right? Content creators doesn't mean that you're an influencer. Content creator just means that you're making content to put on social media. So you could be a real estate agent, you can be a loan officer, a photographer, you can just be somebody that works at a company, a teacher, creating content and building your personal brand. Social media is incredible when you look at it in a marketing point of view, because you are not paying anything to put information out there and catch the attention of potentially billions and billions of people. There is no other platform, there's no other media that you can do that with. Print, radio, TV, they're all super expensive. They're all super expensive, but you can find your voice in social media and create a community around you that is going to follow you and hopefully make your job more lucrative, or even be able to monetize in ways that you can't even think about. So this is not about being an influencer. This is about being the next Kim Kardashian or Mr. Beast. This is about taking what you know and what you do well and being able to expand on it. reach more people, and ultimately, if you're wanting to move from the 9 to 5 job into something more flexible with more freedom, this is what we're all talking about. This is what we're going to always be talking about, because this is our passion. This is our passion. This is something that gets me excited, and I know that this is something that gets Antonio excited. And he's been doing it for, like you said, 2 years, and he's been doing it at some of the he's been doing it at a high level, and I'm really impressed with all his work. I know you will be too.
Yeah, what Danny's been talking about is really creating organic content. So, organic content is any piece of content that you put out there made for yourself to share with your audience and doesn't cost anything. I mean, there's really no pay to play on the platforms. Now, a lot of the platforms do reward you by being a premium member, for example, or almost expect you to run a paid campaign. The way the reach works, meaning how many viewers your video is going to be seen by, is greatly influenced by a number of factors, one of which is, are you paying for that video to be pushed to non-followers? So your audience that you've yet to discover or have yet to discover you. But to Danny's earlier point, I think he's making reference to Gary Vaynerchuk's notion of this TikTokification of content, meaning that on any platform today, if it's a good piece of content, it can be seen by literally hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, based on the quality of the content. And that's really a direct change in the way the algorithms work. So instead of showing you content from your followers, it's basically showing you content that's based on an interest graph. So basically showing you videos that you're likely to be interested in. And if you're able to create an engaging and intriguing piece of content that multiple people like, it's going to go way up on the views. And so that's really the benefit of doing social media, whether you're just building personal branding or you're a company owner and you want to get more people to see your business. The great way to do that is with organic content. And we can get into the details in a later session, but really understanding of which pieces of content then you can run a paid campaign on. So you're looking at your most successful organic pieces of content and running a paid campaign on that to even get more reach.
Yeah. And Gary Vee, if you don't know who Gary Vee is, you need to find out, because this guy is probably the marketing guy out there that is cutting edge. There it is, day trading attention. He gives it all away for free. He gives it all away for free. And I think that that's what we want to do, Antonio and I, just give it all away for free, so that you can kind of implement whatever pieces of the whole game plan into your content creation. And this thing, it's not difficult, but it's time consuming. So if you ever get to a point where this whole thing is overwhelming, you could always reach out to us. We would love to help you. We do coaching calls. We help people put podcasts together. If you want to be a UGC creator, there's money in that. Antonio has a ton of information there. And again, all of these short little clips, in the description, there's going to be a link that you can follow to our YouTube channel, and you can see the long format of everything. Reach out to us. We're always available on all these social media platforms. So if you want to do this, get that book and follow Gary Vee, listen to Gary Vee. He gives it all away for free. So, and if you need help, we're right here too.
One of the benefits of doing a podcast is that you can record a session, whether it's in person, in studio, or as Danny and I are doing this now virtually through a third-party software, is that you say record 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes, what's considered long form content. And then with different tools, you can slice it and dice it to however you want. There are some AI tools that personally I've not been that impressed with. So there's a little bit of manual intervention to find the most engaging moments in that content. But if you're a busy business owner and don't have time to really record multiple pieces of content throughout your week, sit down once a week. You can literally just turn the camera on and just speak about the things you're an expert on, and then using different tools, editing software, etc., you can chop it up, put it out there, and really give value to your followers, people that want to understand what your business is about. And that's ultimately going to help drive business your way. To Danny's point, we're here to give value. Of course, if you are interested in speaking with us in more depth, we can hop on a call and entertain any questions you have, of course. But the idea here is really just to showcase how you go about creating content and answering any questions you have.
If you're scared of being in front of the camera, this is going to help you. A lot of people don't like how they look in front of the camera. A lot of people don't like how they speak in the camera. But to one of the benefits of long format is that you become more and more natural as from minute one, two, three, minute 15, minute 30, you're going to be much more natural. And what Antonio and I do is we use this digital format of a podcast and sit down with people and go through it all. You're going to be able to create 5 or 6 hot takes that you can use on all your social media if you sit down with us and do one of these podcasts. So I encourage you to sit down and do long format, do content this way. But if you're intimidated, if you don't think it works well, get a hold of me or Antonio, and what we'll do is we'll do one of these podcasts with you. We'll showcase you, your business, what you're all about, and then we'll go ahead and take that. We'll edit it all out, and we'll make all these little hot takes for you to use. And it's relatively pain free. So, yeah, I encourage anybody that wants to be out there, get a hold of us, man. We're here to help.